This is that ice cold Michelle fight for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself, I'm so pretty. I'm too hot. Call the police and the firemen.
Hello, I'm Michael. And I'm Chandler, and this is your WAHS News. A Tennessee mother is upset at her school for a very interesting reason. The mom snapped a picture of a bus after stopping behind it, only to see 2 pentagrams for brake lights. For those who do not know what a pentagram is a 5-sided upside star used by Wiccans and other religions to help worship. So like any other good religious woman, she wrote the school a letter asking for the lights to be removed so no one else would be offended by these lights. Later on that week, she began getting death threats, threatening her and her family with very rude remarks and insults. The mother has stated in recent local interviews that anyone who fears a God, if not a God or Jesus Christ, should be outraged. After the local news randomly interviewed multiple people, many agree it's just a light and no harm will be done even if it was another symbol. When CNN interviewed a local Wiccan Joe Applewhite, she said, "Find out what it really means before you get all riled up over it." Many, including a few of the locals, agree that it's still a pentagram and it should be removed and replaced with solid lights. What do you think? Should the school be forced to remove the lights or be allowed to keep them? Now let's go over to Dalton with his interview.
I'm Mike Kelly and I'm here with Mr. Smith, and I have a couple questions for him about the pentagram bus. So do you know anything about the symbol?
What you told me is the first I've heard of it. Pentagram on taillights?
Yeah.
Yeah, first I've heard of that.
Yeah, well, do you think the symbol alone has effect or influence on people?
I don't know about the symbol. I think it's crazy that it'd be on taillights on a school bus.
Me too.
Especially if it's a public school bus. It's not the place to have those kinds of things. So I think it's an issue that's, in my opinion, stupid.
Okay, me too. So do you think the school should be forced to remove the taillights?
Yeah, I don't think the school should have any responsibility there. They ought to have a doggone taillight that's a
taillight, yeah.
A normal taillight. It's not time for the school to be expressing anything, and I'm definitely not a bus driver.
Well, I appreciate you for your time.
All right.
Last week, the New England area of the United States got blasted with snow. It is said to be a record-breaking storm and also threatening. This storm was supposed to hit New York, but instead went off path and hit the Boston area with the all night of its might. Boston was covered by 23 inches of snow from the storm, which puts the storm at the top 10 for winter storms in the U.S. The nearby island of Nantucket was hit with hurricane-like symptoms of 78-mile-per-hour winds. Worcester, a town about 40 miles from Boston, was hit by a 33.5 inch of snow, beating their previous record of 33 inches. The jury selection in the Boston Marathon bombing trial was postponed for a second day and resumed on Thursday. In Nantucket, a lot of the building lost power, including the hospital and the fire station. Hopefully, the New England area can recover from what happened last. New York City's mayor takes extra precaution for a huge snowstorm that was on the forecast for New York early last week. He seems to be happy with the decisions to shut down the city. He believes you can never be too safe when it comes to a snowstorm like they were expecting. He states, "You can't put a price on safety," says TodayNews.com. He says that he made the mistake of attempting to make these decisions last minute, and you just can't do these things on the fly. New York City was expecting to get up to a couple feet of snow. Most people were relieved when they woke up and seen that the forecast was wrong and conditions weren't near as severe as expected. Now let's go to Abby with this week's weather.
Hi, I'm Abby here with your weekly weather review. Today is partly cloudy with a high of 44 and a low of 31. Saturday, partly cloudy with a high of 52 and a low of 43. Sunday, we have a chance of rain with a high of 52 and a low of 36. Monday is partly cloudy with a high of 38 and a low of 23. Tuesday, partly cloudy with a high of 35 and a low of 23. Wednesday is clear with a high of 46 and a low of 29. Thursday, partly cloudy with a high of 33 and a low of 23. And Friday will be partly cloudy with a high of 34 and a low of 23. Have a great weekend.
This past weekend was the Super Bowl, and the champions were the Patriots. Let's go over to Cheyenne with her interview about the reactions to the results.
Right here on our stage from Liverpool, England, the Beatles. Let's really hear it for them.
I'm Cheyenne here with Gare Bear. I want to ask him about the Super Bowl. Who did you want to go to the Super Bowl?
Actually, I wanted the Green Bay Packers to go and the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, really? Well, although they didn't make it, who did you want to win the Super Bowl?
I wanted the Patriots to win.
Really? Did you believe that they cheated or anything?
Well, that's still to be determined, I guess. But in the Super Bowl itself, they didn't.
Nope. What do you think about that 1-yard interception?
I actually think it was a good play. It was a good play call from the offensive side. That play has been called 109 times this year from the 1-yard line, and not once did it result in an interception except for the one example in the Super Bowl. And by passing on that down, it gave them the option to run or pass on the next down, which really would have been a little more of a surprise. Had they run that down, the defense would have known they were going to pass on the next down.
All right, and what do you think about the ending of the Super Bowl?
Well, that final play, not only was it a good call, but I think it was the result of a tremendous defensive play that caused the interception. You talked about the very end where there was a fight and all. That was a little anticlimactic. It was unfortunate to end a game like that, but I don't think there was even a flag called for unsportsmanlike conduct. And Gronk was involved, and he's kind of just a fun guy, so I don't think he was out there to hurt anyone. He was just having fun.
Thank you for your time.
And now, Toto Gidio. Come on, Toto.
In world news, Israel fired at least 20 artillery shells into Lebanon on Wednesday. It is supposed to be in response to an attack on an Israeli military vehicle which left one peacekeeper dead. Live television pictures show smoke rising from the impact zone. Several people were injured in this attack, which was blamed on Hezbollah. A doctor at a hospital nearby stated that 2 soldiers were being treated for light injuries. Now let's go to Becca with this week's movie review.
Hi, I'm Becca Rachel, and I'm here with this week's movie review. This week's movie is Project Almanac. In Project Almanac, a group of friends discover blueprints to a time machine. The friends decide to build it and use it to fix their problems, and they also use it for personal gain. As the future falls apart with one disaster after another, each of them disappear little by little. They find that they must travel back into the past to make sure they never build the time machine or face the destruction of humanity. Here's your trailer.
This is what you need to do. Go over there and pretend like you just don't care.
David has no chance with her.
Shut up. I'm still right here, Chris.
Are you trying to communicate with me telepathically? What is this?
That's my 7th birthday. Whoa, did you see that? Hold on a sec.
What?
I just saw something weird. You guys, you gotta see this. Right there. Look in the mirror.
Dude, that can't be.
That's definitely me. We need to figure out what I'm doing on this tape. Did you hear that? It's in my dad's old workshop. It's like a clicking or something.
What the hell is that? Here we go, Project Almanac. Temporal relocation prototype? What does that mean?
It means time travel.
We should try to build it.
You guys are crazy. We can't build a time machine.
Did you see the tape? I mean, I think we already did build it.
All right, you guys ready for this?
We did it!
It's yesterday!
You're broke, you're getting bullied, so let's take this thing out for a spin.
Are you trying to communicate with me
Telepathically.
How did you know I was going to say that?
Do you think we can go to jail for cheating on the lottery?
You guys only got 5 out of 6 numbers.
We have to go back and do it again! I am not winning the lottery twice!
It's still over $1 million, guys.
Hey, welcome to Maserati. Can I help you? You see, I was either gonna buy one of these or 17 Toyota Corollas.
I'm being bullied in high school.
Oh, you idiot!
And I want to stand up for myself.
You were just...
I'm everywhere, bitch.
I love time travel.
Before the world ends, I have to fall in love.
Watch this. That's me sleeping. What? Oh my God! What's happening? What? Are you seeing this? Whatever we did had some crazy ripple effects.
There was a plane crash, riots, disasters. None of this happened before.
Things are spiraling out of control.
You didn't care that all of your friends could be hurt?
Jesse's missing and no one can find her.
David, it's me.
Jess, no!
I'm going back to the beginning.
It could kill you.
That's the only way to stop all this from happening.
No, shoot!
Auschwitz survivors marked 70 years since the liberation of the Jewish population. There was a ceremony held under a giant tent and over 300 survivors attended. There were 1.1 million people savagely murdered during the Holocaust in 1940 to 1945. A majority of the prisoners were people of Jewish descent. This anniversary is a major event. This could possibly be the last anniversary many survivors will be alive to attend. Many of the survivors are elderly. President of the World Jewish Congress, Robert S. Lauder, says that Jewish people are still being targeted in Europe because of the simple fact that they are Jews. The Holocaust is one of history's worst acts of hatred. Take time to remember those who lost their lives and suffered during that horrible event.
Do you know anyone who uses over-the-counter drugs? Did you know dementia is being linked to common over-the-counter drugs? Studies haven't said anything about on-the-shelf drugs yet. The dementia is a side effect, yet can be irreversible. Treatments for conditions such as insomnia, hay fever, to dementia medication has been linked to actually causing dementia. Experts saying the people receiving the medication should not panic more and stop taking the medication. Higher doses and prolonged use is what is actually being the cause for putting people at risk with dementia. The risk for getting dementia due to the medication is lower, however it could happen. Researchers say people should be aware that it may be a higher risk than others.
On January 28, 2015, the widely known song We Are the World turned 30 years old. This song was sang by more than 3 dozen stars. Many of these music stars were fresh from the American Music Awards. Singers within the song included Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, Stevie Wonder, Tina Turner, Randy Jackson, and many more. This piece was originally written as a way to make money to fight a famine in Ethiopia and other parts of Africa. This single sold more than 20 million copies. It also topped the charts for 4 weeks in April and May. Singers from today have remade the song when the earthquake that measured out to be 7.0 on the Richter scale hit Haiti. Today's version was not as popular as the 1985 version, but it was still a great piece.
There's a moment somewhere we soon make a change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones.
Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and I mean, who doesn't love Valentine's Day? Every girl's dream is getting that perfect Valentine's Day gift from that special someone. Here's the 10 worst Valentine's Day gifts to not give your significant other. Cheap jewelry. No girl wants a ring that's going to turn her finger green. Exercise equipment. We all know that one's a huge no. Video games. Valentine's Day is supposed to be romantic and not filled with zombie-killing madness. Gag gifts kind of goes along with the one prior to this one. Valentine's Day is supposed to be a romantic day. Spend your money on something they will love, other than a goofy little thing. Dinner at a fast food restaurant. This holiday comes once a year. Take them somewhere nice. Footy pajamas. Although people love those cozy things, we aren't in elementary school anymore. Gas station gifts. Actually put some thought into it and don't be the person who forgets it's Valentine's Day. Re-gifted gifts. If you received something from someone else in the prior year, don't try to re-gift it. They will find out. They always do. As we finally make it to the bottom to the last 2 on the list, also known as the worst ones, nothing at all, and of course, a breakup. Now let's go over to Patrick with his interview over Valentine's Day.
Hello, I'm Patrick Owens. I'm here with
Jade Clay.
I'm going to ask her a few questions about Valentine's Day. So, do you have a special someone that you're buying for Valentine's Day?
Yes, I do.
Do you plan to get anything special?
Not really, but if I do, probably for my dad.
I understand. So, do you plan to have any good dates or anything after Valentine's Day? Really?
Probably just one.
It's a lucky guy. So, how long have you known him?
Pretty long time, still elementary school.
Well, hope you have a great Valentine's Day.
Thank you. You too.
Students wondering about what to go to college for. Some of you may just want the money, and some of you want to do what you love. For those of you looking for high-paying jobs, here are the top 5 high-paying jobs. Number 1, an orthopedic surgeon, making $638,000. Number 2, an anesthesiologist, making $455,000. Number 3, an ER physician, making $416,000. Number 4, an associate partner, consulting services, starting at $277,000. And number 5, making $271,000, Rusty Jones. These are some of the highest paying jobs in America. Hopefully this helps some of you who are interested in making some good money after graduating college. That's it for this week's news.
Stay classy, AHS.
Okay, Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali.
Cassius Clay, Muhammad Ali, whichever you prefer, defeated George Frazier and the Thriller in Manila for the World Heavyweight title of the world.
I wanted the Patriots. I mean, the Seahawks.
We're gonna restart.